I don't know how many times.
My phone's in there as well.
So it's well, he's won the first round, Scott Dixon, he's winning this one, so that's his judges for the first fight.
Excellent. But what, do you carry or something?
No, just carry it in like that, aye.
Is that stopped?
What?
Is that stopped?
No, it was the last one. Get you inside and get you to the duffy.
Aye. Oh.
Oh, you're fast on that door.
Aye, just get the door.
Cheers.
Stick in, Docherty.
Thanks. Lads, all right.
Stick in, Evo. Stick in. Stick in.
How you doing, Dave? All right, good to see you, mate.
We get called that one.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to the beautiful city of Glasgow, the European capital of sport. Tommy Gilmore, on behalf of Ringside Boxing Promotions, in association with Prince Promotions and Matchroom Sport, proudly present a night of championship boxing, sponsored here by the Holiday Inn Glasgow City West and the Holiday Inn Glasgow Airport. And a very warm welcome to our viewers joining us live and exclusive here on Sky Sports. You've joined us for the very best ringside seat in the business. All the officials have been appointed by the Scottish Area Council of the British Boxing Board of Control. At ringside, our steward in charge, Bernard Connolly, Area Secretary, Mr. Brian McAllister, our inspectors at ringside, Charlie Sexton, Eddie Higgins, Bob Wilson, Jerry McGinley and Neil McLean. Our three medical officers, Dr. Tansey, Dr. Duff and Dr. Greedle. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get the action underway. 8 rounds international welterweight contest. Introducing to you firstly. He's fighting out of the red corner wearing the silver trunks, weighing in at 10 stone and 9 pounds. He brings a 23-fight record, 12 wins, 3 inside the scheduled distance, 9 losses and 2 draws. He's from France. Please welcome Alban Mothie. And across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner for the very first time as a professional, please welcome home. He's wearing the blue trunks, weighing in at 10 stone, 8.5 pounds. He's undefeated in 5 contests, 5 wins, 4 inside the scheduled distance. Representing Scotland in the Commonwealth Games, he's also the former Scottish ABA champion. Ladies and gentlemen, he's undefeated. He's from Buckhaven, Fife. Please welcome Kevin Anderson. Timekeeper bell is Mr. Jim Russell. Referee in charge of the action is Mr. Victor Lachlan. And this is 8 3-minute rounds.
Okay guys, you've had your instructions in the dressing room, but remember, obey my commands at all time, defend yourselves at all time. God bless, let's do it.
Slightly troubled times for Scottish boxing. They've lost their world champion and their golden boy. hopes lie in tonight's protagonists to restore national pride. And Tommy Gilmore believes this youngster, Kevin Anderson, may be the one to come right through. Early days, but looks fairly good. A hard-hitting type who stopped 4 of his 5 so far, and will be hoping to dent the strong Frenchman Alban Mothie, who is a good amateur, and he's very experienced. But one hopes that Anderson can deal with him, and deal with him well.
Well, Mothie is known to be very durable. Anderson, a big puncher, and a stoppage win here would be impressive.
As Mothie has never been halted so far. This is also the first 8-round contest of Anderson's short professional career that started on the 12th of April this year. First fight at home too, in front of the Scottish crowd, and they've all come out, haven't they? He sold bundles of tickets.
Yeah, Anderson, a real big name up here in Scotland. Brought some tremendous support with him here this evening. He seems to be coping with it quite well, not rushing in, taking his time, picking his shots. Good start here from Anderson, not getting careless at the start of this opening round.
Looking for the body shots, Mothie keeping the elbows tucked in. He's big and broad, is the Frenchman from Châtellerault. He's so eager to please tonight, Anderson. Just needs to relax. Fox his fight. Has got a good right hand. Can be hit to himself. Needs to be careful early, even though Mothie is not a puncher.
Yes, needs to keep those hands tight, doing the right thing here. Anderson taking his time, picking his shots. Mothie is open to that right hand. If you look where Mothie's left hand is, carries it quite low. So that could be the key shot here in this contest.
And Anderson looking for that already. Doubling up on hooks. It's a positive, confident start from the man from the coast, Fife. That's just outside Buckhaven. Good atmosphere in here in the Bellahouston Leisure Centre, just like we had in Edinburgh last week. Fantastic there for the Arthur Gomez match. Good start here from Kevin Anderson.
Yeah, lovely start, taking the centre of the ring, doubling up well on those hooks, getting through some successful right hands as well. Good positive start here from Anderson.
Take a wee bit more of the body, try and get the hands down, because he's quite tight up top, isn't he? A wee bit tight up there. Try and bring his hands down a wee bit. Push a wee bit more into the body, so try and bring the hands down.
A very warm welcome back. Kevin Anderson, the young Scottish hope, 20-year-old, in action against Alban Mothie. Decent beginning.
Yeah, good positive start there from Anderson. Didn't do anything silly. Took his time, but got off with some good combinations.
Here's the second. We're in the 10'7" welterweight division. Fiercely contested domestically. And here's one of the rising hopes, the blue and gold, Kevin Anderson. Silver trunks and white and black boots of the challenger from France, the West Central Province, Châtellerault. It's Alban Mothie. Again looking to load up with that right hand that has stopped 4 opponents so far, most spectacularly Georges Dujardin, the Belgian man, was in May in Liverpool. looked terrific that night as he blew Dujardin away. Good body shot, whipped in there from Anderson. And on the other side as well, variety is good.
Yeah, excellent array of shots coming from Anderson here. Picking his shots all the time, slipping, creating openings. Good thinking going in there from Anderson.
Mothie, who's in fight number 24, so he's got plenty more experience, but can he take the power in the right hand of Kevin Anderson? He's put his hands up now. Mothie may be troubled just a touch.
Yeah, I think that was something to do with a good right hand. He just got caught by.
It's the right over the top and the left to the body in the Anderson makeup, trying to overwhelm his international challenger here in his homecoming. Such an important night for him, Spencer.
Well, it is boxing in front of his home people. He wants to put on a good performance, and he's doing that so far. Mixing the shots up lovely, and Mothie really can't work Anderson out at the moment.
It's a little wild and out of distance and range. Mothie is strong, came in at 10-9, Anderson 10-8.5, so just above the 10-7 welterweight limit, which is about right for a non-title affair. Again, good use of the left hook from Anderson, who's doing more and landing more and winning this so far. Hundreds here at Bellahouston, really getting behind Kevin Anderson, and you can see why.
Yeah, lovely shots from Anderson, especially with that right hand. That's the shot that I said is the key weapon for Anderson in this contest.
Third round. Kevin Anderson in fight number 6, the 20-year-old from Buckhaven. On the first couple against Alban Mothie, challenger from France, or the challenger to his unbeaten record anyway. Anderson will be hoping to keep everything under control and box well, feel his way through this, and look for those big power punches. Mothie experienced and did also have 35 amateur bouts and only lost half a dozen of those. Anderson, a good amateur himself, who represented Scotland at the Commonwealth Games last year.
Nice right hand going in there from Anderson. Mothie doesn't look phased in there though. Still throwing back with his own.
Yep, no one stopped him yet. Mothie in 23. And although he doesn't stop many because he's a light puncher, he looks very durable. Can Anderson just find the sort of punch that took out Mohamed Bohir, the last Frenchman he fought? That was a left hook that night, and it was spectacular.
Yeah, Anderson just needs to keep switched on, stay focused. doing everything right at the moment, leading off with good right hands like that one.
Physically big and strong, Mothie. Just being outworked and outthought in there. Not enough quality coming from the Frenchman. But sturdiness and durability so far, and effort. It's a bit weak with the jab there, Anderson. Has he got to plant his front foot a bit more?
Yeah, he uses that as a rangefinder. Looks to load up with that big right hand. Does put the combinations together well. Switches the shots to body to head.
Quite a round for Kevin Anderson. Thinking in there, trying to work a way out to prize open Mothie.
Ne la bloque pas, esquive là cette droite, ok? Je la vois partir, esquive-moi là. Ça va, ça va. Il faut accélérer, hein, faut remettre des coups à ma gueule.
Dans les gens, lui, on en a pas plus. On va plus les pousser.
So far, so good here. Smooth start to the first professional fight in Scotland for Kevin Anderson. This is his 17th round, and he only turned pro back in April. Got some power, and has used it against Alban Mothie, but has not managed to make a hold in him. Uppercut from the Frenchman on the inside. Is that what Anderson's got to be careful of?
Well, Mothie just seems to be growing in confidence, now standing his ground more, and starting to trade with Anderson. Anderson's had a good opening 3 rounds, but mustn't switch off here.
He has won 12, lost 9 and drawn a couple, Alban Mothie. So they haven't brought in a total journeyman. This guy can fight a bit. Learning curve. There's the left of the body that Anderson attempts again. Uses his defence well, Mothie.
Yeah, that's why he hasn't been stopped. Adam got good defence. Seems quite an awkward customer. And what he lacks in punch power, he makes up for in durability.
He was outpointed by Christian Blatt over 8, the Danish welterweight, who's now ranked about 12th in the independent rankings in the world. So if Anderson can stop Mothie, that's a statement. Should he be trying to do that, or just to get through carefully?
Yeah, he never tried to stop an opponent. You just look to get through, and the win's the main thing. And if the stoppage comes, that's a bonus. But Anderson boxing well here, mixing the shots up, putting the shots together in 3s and 4s. This is good stuff from Anderson.
Looks in good shape. John McDermott and Benny King would have made sure of that. Possible theory that he may end up at light middleweight and not welterweight. We'll have to wait and see how his body develops. He is only 20, remember. All the Scottish fighters on the bill tonight were saying that they have been a bit affected by what's happened to Scott Harrison and Alex Arthur of late. They're a pretty tight band of guys up here, even if they're in different promotional outfits. Mothie just sending out a distress signal there. The shot to the body, and Anderson piling up the pressure. He spotted that.
Yeah, this is good stuff here from Anderson now. Just going through the gears at the end of the round, and a good finish from Anderson there.
Follow him up, come on, follow him up.
Nice one.
John McDermott seems happy. Let's have a look at the top 10. It's pretty tight and tough. The IBO champion, Jawed Khalik from Nottingham. James Hare, who's had a terrific year. Neil Sinclair, former British champion, who is to fight Jimmy Vincent on the undercard of the Hatton Tacky matchup on December the 13th. Derek Roach still in the picture. The British champion David Barnes there with that lucky victory over Vincent. Good names. Can Anderson become a part of that in, say, 12 to 18 months?
Well, there is some good names there in the top 10, but Anderson is only young, still only 20 years of age, and producing some good stuff, like what we're seeing here. Good left hook to the body there from Anderson.
Second half of this 8-rounder. 10 stone 7. Remember the blue trunks with the gold band down the side and Kev on the waistband of Kevin Anderson, the Scottish prospect. For the quarterfinals of the Commonwealth Games was beaten by a southpaw called Davidson Grenagu, a Nigerian, quite comprehensively. But he's up against an orthodox and strong type from Châtellerault in France, the 23-year-old Alban Mothie. He's young too, so he'll have a bit of hunger, even though he's lost several so far. Bit of tape loose on the left glove as well of Mothie.
Yeah, the referee will pick up on that soon. But Anderson just doing a nice couple of moves here at the opening of this round.
Yes, and Victor Loughlin just takes Alban Mothie back to Gerard Monteau in the corner. Safety first of always. Anderson just taking a few breaths in the neutral corner. It's been a hard pace he's set, and he doesn't want to puff himself out. Remember, never been 8 before.
Well, I'm sure he has trained for the 8-round distance. He'll know whether he's got the ability or not to do that. I think he's just filling up his lungs there in the corner.
Touch gloves, good respect shown in a good match here for Kevin Anderson in his 6th fight. Got high hopes for him, the Tommy Gilmore stable. There's the right hand. That's the combination he likes. Left to the body, right over the top.
Well, that's where he gets success. You see him stepping on the outside of the jab of Mothie, coming over the top with that right hand. Mothie quite weak on the left side, carries the left hand quite low. That's the key shot here for Anderson. Take a step on the outside, come over the top with that right hand.
Mothie's also fought Judas El Bedell. He's got a win and a defeat over Bedell, who came over and lost to Michael Jones. So he's been in okay class, and he's handling himself well in there tonight with the partisan crowd and the potential of Kevin Anderson. That was really planted in with full force. That left hook that's reddened the right side of Mothie's body.
They really drove that left hook in there. See him digging right in. Anderson and Mothie took that quite well.
Looks for the uppercut too. There's an array of punches in his artillery, Anderson. Weaknesses?
He's not showing us any weaknesses so far, keeping the hands up nice and tight, moving that waist after he's finished throwing his own combinations. Be interesting to see if Mothie pushes Anderson on the back foot, see how Anderson copes with that. That's what we've yet to find out, but so far so good for Anderson.
one. Thank you. This is a fucking daisy, man. Let everyone try.
Decent test this for Kevin Anderson. Let's have a look at the statistics, because he's thrown a great deal more and landed almost 100 of success, all with Anderson. He's winning all the rounds too, but Mothie's still there.
Yeah, Mothie, a good opponent at this stage of his career, making Anderson think. Perhaps we'll find out a couple of different things about Anderson here this evening.
9 minutes left. Kevin Anderson and Alban Mothie in those silver trunks. The flower of Scotland starts to ring around the arena, as we heard in Edinburgh, full force last week. They love their boxing up here. They want their men to come through, and they have hopes for Kevin Anderson. He's fairly fast as well at times, the way he throws his shots.
Yeah, he's got a good repertoire of punches and does throw them with good speed as well, Anderson.
Felt he would win a medal in the Manchester Games, but didn't. There's a light welterweight there. So he's growing inside, coached by Rab Crockett. Did have some weight problems and a bit of injury trouble too, but he settled quickly down as a professional. Do you think he's got the style for the paid ranks?
Yeah, I think he's got a good style for the paid ranks, Anderson. Adjusted quite well. Let's not forget, he's only having his 6th contest here. Just quite a mature performance. Already moved up to the 8-round standard, which is good to see. And he's not in with a pushover here. Mothie giving him a good test at this stage of his career.
There's the left hook to the body, but this time Mothie soaks it up and turns southpaw. The blood in the nose of Kevin Anderson that he just rubs there, giving him a slight trouble. Again, the tape's loose on the left glove of Mothie. It took a long time in the corner, bandaging him up again.
The tape has come loose, it's a little bit alarming. But Mothie just trying to force Anderson back here. This is all new territory for Anderson, boxing on this back foot.
Yep, we want to see what he's like under pressure, when he's not having everything his own way, when he's not coming forward. That's okay, the way he did that on the back foot. Still looks so physically strong, Mothie.
Yeah, Mothie, you can tell with those couple of years age advantage here are telling. I mean, Anderson is only still 20 years of age, so still maturing. Mothie is starting to look the stronger of the two in there.
Trying to outman him in there, out-hustle Anderson. Best patch of the fight from Alban Mothie, and Anderson with a wry smile. And backstage, one of Kevin Anderson's friends, Craig Docherty, getting ready to spearhead the comeback of the Scottish force. He's the Commonwealth Super Featherweight champion. He makes his first defence against the hardened Ghanaian, Abdul Malik Jabir. And Docherty has it all to do. That could be a tough one. Stay tuned. Back at ringside, Kevin Anderson winning this, winning it comfortably. But was there a sign there, Spencer, just at the end of the 6th, that it's not all over yet?
Yeah, well, there was some good body shots going in from Anderson at the beginning of the round, but Mothie started coming into his own territory at the end of the 6th there, just started to push Anderson back. And this is new territory now for Anderson.
First time he's heard the bell for a 7th round. In fight number 6, unbeaten, the man from Fife. Can he just stop Mothie in his tracks and dispirit the Frenchman, and he's home.
Well, Anderson's hit Mothie with everything he's got. Mothie's taken the shots well. Now we're seeing Anderson box on the back foot. I'd like to see Anderson letting those shots go, letting the combinations go, and then moving again, because Mothie seems to be coming into his own now. Seems very strong. Anderson doesn't want to stand and trade with him too much now. Let's see some of those boxing skills from his amateur days.
Volume of punches, but again, Mothie comes back at him. This is a real test for Kevin Anderson at this stage. Remember, he's only been a pro for 6 months. He's already now in the 8th round distance. This is where we'll see whether he can cope. He's looked good, blowing away the tough Pole Pietro Bartnicki and stopping Paul McElwain. Would have to go 6 against Russian survivor Sergei Starkov. And here, Mothie is coming on with a big left hook there that just sunk through Kevin Anderson.
Yeah, all started from 2 tremendous uppercuts from Mothie. And Anderson looked in a little bit of trouble there, but coming back well. Good round of boxing here.
What a finish we have on our hands. The last 4 minutes of this. Can Anderson dig in and hold on? Remember, Mothie, so much more experienced. And he's really grown in confidence over the last couple of rounds, the Frenchman.
Yeah, Mothie's strength now taking over. Anderson doing the right thing here, letting the combinations go and then moving again. Doesn't want to stand still with Mothie now.
Tommy Gilmore screaming at ringside, box him, Kevin, box him. That's what he's got to do, but how much strength is there left in the legs? It's the hardest round of Kevin Anderson's pro career so far, and he has to hold on.
The one plus thing here is that we're seeing Anderson for the first time boxing on the back foot, and he's doing a good job of it. Every fighter has to box on the front foot and the back foot, and Anderson's showing that he can box on the back foot as well.
You need to get thrown a punching match. Good boxer guy. One ball away. Okay, Kevin. Yeah?
I know he's good. Running well.
Oh, you're running. Fucking well. You're new worried about that. Just box this guy.
Follow up. Come on, follow up. Yeah, get this round into that.
You don't have to get involved. Yeah. Just box.
Okay, foot-wise and he caught.
You'll come looking for you now, Kevin. It's like.
Okay. Get me.
You'll come looking for you, here. I want the guard up, man. I want the chin down. I want the nice man.
Slightly concerned there.
Yeah, here's where we see he got caught with those 2 good uppercuts. He seems to be in a bit of trouble, getting caught by a good left hook again. And he was momentarily stunned there.
Final round. Great workout for Kevin Anderson. Might have learnt more from tonight than all his other fights put together so far. Alban Mothie is way down on your card, Spencer. Unsurprisingly, will need the stoppage, but it's all about whether Anderson can hang on.
Exactly, Mothie's coming to his own in the last 3 rounds. I mean, my card not really telling the true story here, because Mothie's been playing his part in a good contest, but Anderson has been the sharper of the 2, getting the combinations off, but has to be careful here, because be sure Mothie will go looking for him in this round.
Question: if this was over 10 rounds, could Mothie stop him?
Well, that is the big question mark that remains to be seen, but Anderson only trained for the 8 rounds. He knows he's doing the 8 round distance. He's put everything into that. You can see He's blowing in there, but really trying in this April final round.
Showing some spirit and some heart. Fighting through a bad patch, Anderson, and that's a good sign of a pro. This is invaluable, this sort of experience, isn't it?
This is a perfect matchup at this stage of his career, Anderson, because he's answered a lot of questions here this evening, whether he could box on the back foot, whether he had the heart. Mothie, okay, may only be a journeyman, but he's strong and tough, putting Anderson under pressure here.
And back comes Kevin Anderson, spitting out defiance, wielding in body shots. People are on their feet at ringside here, getting behind a man that is starting to impress, encouraging signs. And he's got the sort of style, Kevin Anderson, that excites the crowds.
Well, he's a man having only 6 professional contests, let's not forget that. Boxing like a man, far more matured than that. Good performance here by Anderson, answered a lot of questions this evening.
Alban Mothie's had almost 5 times as many fights. So he's shown some know-how, the knowledge he picked up through the amateur games, having good men like John McDermott and Benny King in the corner. And it looks like, with 20 seconds to go, he's safely through.
Yeah, good last round here from Anderson, and an overall brilliant performance.
Crucial last 3 minutes, and he's boxed very well within that, Kevin Anderson. They embrace. He gets the victory. He remains unbeaten, and he learns a great deal, and that's what that fight was all about.
Yeah, he's going to look back on this fight as he goes on in his career, and he's going to see that this was a valuable learning experience. Come through with flying colours. Tremendous performance there.
He looks pretty tired, and so he should after his first 8-round fight. Tommy Gilmore absolutely delighted alongside him. As of the corner, a good night's work. An excellent match against the tough Frenchman Alban Mothie. And have a look at that. Anderson throwing almost 500 punches, outdoing Mothie in work rate and in success. And that's a valuable night for Kevin Anderson.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds of boxing, referee Vic Lachlan has scored this contest for Mothie 76 points, for Anderson 78 points. Your winner, and still undefeated, from Buckhaven Fife, Kevin Anderson.
By 2 rounds, Kevin Anderson gets it. He's unbeaten, and it's good news for the Scottish hope.
Sorry, Ben? As live order, yeah.
Female style.
Kevin, 8 hard rounds for the first time. Was that exactly the sort of learning experience you were looking for?
It's good for me in the long run, getting the rounds under the belt. I mean, there was a big, strong guy in there, and it's better for me. I came out with a victory, and I'll learn off that. Get back to the gym and learn from my mistakes.
You set a terrific pace early on. Did you pay for it in the later rounds?
I never paid for it. The boy came on too. He was a fit guy in there. I mean, I thought he was tired after 3-4 rounds, and he just got a second breath and he came back at me. But it was a good learning fight.
You showed you could box off the back foot. Was that drawing on some of your old amateur experience?
Well, I like to think I could do everything. I mean, we're just in the gym learning things, and we'll pick things up as we go on. I mean, I'm just in here learning and climbing up the ladder, but I'll get there.
Well done tonight.
Thanks.
Well done, Kev.
Can you just give us a...
Yes, and of course, apart from Craig Docherty, all we do have in Scotland is past champions, but I'm delighted today we're joined by former world flyweight champion Pat Clinton and former Commonwealth champion Ian McLeod. Pat, first of all, it really is important that Craig Docherty delivers tonight, isn't it?
It certainly is, because Craig's the only champion we've got left at the moment. And it'd be good to see him defend his championship in his hometown of Bellahouston here. At the same time, we've got to see he's got to box the same way he did the last time. I mean, he boxed very well, body punches, head punches, and his movement was very, very good. But at the moment, because of Alex Arthur obviously getting beaten Scott Harrison, the whole of Scotland now will be looking at Craig to win tonight, and hope he does well.
Ian, just how dangerous is this Ghanaian Abdul Malik Jabir?
Well, understand that there hasn't been any fight tapes available for Craig at his camp, so to get into a fight like that at this calibre, you know, it's a high level, so they really need to know as much as possible about this guy. He's won titles, African titles at super bantamweight and at featherweight, and he's got quite a high knockout percentage in those fights, so whether he can carry the punch power up to the super featherweight division, we'll just have to wait and see.
Thanks, guys. Of course, Glasgow never likes to be outdone by Edinburgh, and if we have as good a bill as we had last Saturday, we'll certainly be in for a treat. Back to you, Paul.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the main event, the fight of the night. Please welcome to the ring, firstly, from the fighting village of Bukum, Ghana, West Africa, where he is known as the Bukum Snake, Abdul Malik Jabir.
Groomed on the dusty, dirty streets of the suburbs of Accra, and hoping to follow the likes of Azuma Nelson, Alfred Cote, Ike Corte, and so many other stars to emerge from the shanty town in Ghana. Enter the Bukum Snake, who hopes his venomous power can make it another nightmare weekend for the Scots. To be taken seriously, Spencer, very.
Well, doesn't he look confident? I've been to that little place you're talking about, that little shanty town in Bukum in Accra. I've been over there, I've seen how tough it is, and believe me, it is tough. And this guy will take this chance with both hands. Reports are he is very, very tough indeed. Seen him sparring down in London. Looks a tough, tough customer.
Huge amounts of confidence and self-belief. He's brought a fairly decent-sized team with him too. Been based over here for a while in Britain. He can punch, and he wants this Commonwealth title. Look at this. Colourful character who can fight. As Craig Docherty, the champion, cool, composed and calm as ever, on his way to a vital night.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring the champion from Glasgow, Hot Property, Craig Docherty.
Boxing is alive and well. Another cracking atmosphere here in Glasgow, along with the one we had in Edinburgh last week. There's Mum, Sandra. They're very, very close. Craig didn't want her at ringside, so she's back in the crowd because she's too noisy. But I tell you, There's enough noise in here already.
Well, there certainly is. The atmosphere is electric in here. A turnout for Docherty. He looks nice and relaxed, looks focused, but believe me, he's in for a tough night tonight with Malik Jabir.
Steady, solid progress for Docherty was rewarded in April when his calculated pressure ripped the Commonwealth title off Dean Piffy. And he's carrying the flag for Scotland tonight. Leading the comeback brigade is the tail of the tape. He's a year older. The height and reach advantages to Jabir. But the weight, well, that's interesting. He's coming well inside 9'4", the African. Maybe a blown-up featherweight could have that advantage, Docherty. Both been pros for a few years now. More experience for Docherty, but Jabir there with the knockout percentage. Docherty knows he's got to be very careful for the first 4 or 5 rounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tommy Gilmore for Ringside Boxing Promotions, in association with Prince Promotions and Matchroom Sport, proudly present for you our main event, the fight of the night. 12 rounds of boxing for the Commonwealth Super Featherweight Championship. Sponsored here by the Holiday Inn Glasgow City West and the Holiday Inn Glasgow Airport. So sports fans and Sky Sports fans joining us live and exclusive, joining us for the very best ringside seat in the business. All the officials have been appointed by the Commonwealth Council in association with the Scottish Area Council of the British Boxing Board of Control. Here at ringside, supervisor in charge, Mr. Charlie Giles of Birmingham. Our timekeeper at the bell, appointed by the Scottish Area Council, is Mr. Jim Russell, and our referee in charge of the action from Gillingham, Kent, is Mr. Ian John Lewis. They were the officials. Here are the contestants. Firstly, and introducing to you, the challenger. He's fighting out of the red corner, wearing the yellow trunks trimmed with green and red, weighing in at 9 stone, 2.5 pounds. 11 fight record, 9 wins, 7 inside the scheduled distance, 2 losses. He is the #1 challenger. He is the reigning African featherweight champion. Ladies and gentlemen, from the fighting village of Bukum, Ghana, West Africa, where he is known as the Bukum Snake, Abdul Malik Jabir. And now the champion. He's fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the light blue trunks, trimmed with silver, weighing in at 9 stone, 3 pounds and 12 ounces. He brings an 18 fight record, 16 wins, 7 inside the scheduled distance, 1 loss, 1 draw. He is the reigning and defending Commonwealth Super Featherweight Champion from Glasgow, hot property, Craig Docherty. So let's get the action underway, then 12 rounds of boxing for the Commonwealth Super Featherweight Championship.
There we go. I am the referee. I spoke to you both in the dressing rooms. Obey my command at all times. You both know the rules. Watch the heads, kick the punches up. When I shout break, you break clean. And remember, defend yourself at all times. Shake hands.
The well-schooled, stand-up, old-fashioned style of Craig Docherty against this unknown quantity. But he will have mental and physical strength from where he comes from. Look how up for it they both are, especially Jabir, who's rushed out into the centre of the ring to take control. First defence of Docherty's 9 stone 4 title. Jabir has sparred with Michael Brodie before Brodie's fights with Juan Cabrera and Injin Chi, and the Manchester featherweight says he is very, very good. And look at that's a cut already by the left eye of Craig Docherty. It's a disastrous start for the champion. Oh, look at the power of this Jabir. Docherty tries to meet fire with fire, but he fought the wrong fight when he took on Michael Gomez, Docherty. He's got to be so careful here.
Yeah, he's got to tuck up tight here, Docherty. Box on the outside. Jabir is known to be strong. Both reports to be very, very dangerous for 5 or 6 rounds here, as he's proving.
Look at the face already of Docherty. It's a flying start from the man from Accra. In the Ghanaian colours. This is already looking a very, very hard assignment.
Yeah, Jabir seems a very stiff hitter indeed. Carries a lot of weight in that right hand as well. Docherty's got to keep that left hand up. Disastrous start here for Docherty.
Also, Jabir has seen a tape of Docherty, and the Scotsman has not seen one of the African. Docherty cut inside 30 seconds of the first round, but he's trying to regain his coolness. He's a sensible lad, Craig Docherty. He's got to be here.
Well, the one thing he learned from the Gomez fight is not to rush in. He done that against Gomez and paid the price. He's doing the right thing here, just keeping nice and tight. Jabir's looking dangerous, taking the centre of the ring here in the opening round.
He admits he made a complete hash of his British challenge against Michael Gomez, electing not to box on the outside, but going to war. Look at that uppercut and body shots from Jabir, who looks so strong.
Yeah, lovely uppercut right on the left eye there of Docherty.
Benny King, experienced cutsman in Docherty's corner, getting all the bits and pieces ready. He will rush in as Jabir is bundled to the floor. Fiery start from the African challenger, but Docherty hasn't panicked, and that may be a good sign. Benny King goes to work. How bad is that cut?
Focus, don't lose your cool.
Yeah, it's in a bad place here. Right across the eyelid. Blood can flow into the eye, so that's not in a good place there. If that worsens, that could be trouble for Docherty. Let's take a look at where we think it happened. Again, maybe the work off that little jab, then did we see it opening up there? I don't know, there was some good right hands going in as well.
Slashed in the first round from that right hand from Abdul Malik Jabir, the Bookham Snake in fight number 12, the 23-year-old who comes to try and rip this Commonwealth belt off Craig Docherty and make it, oh, such a hard few months for the Scottish fighters. Remember, Scott Harrison lost his world featherweight title to Manuel Medina. Alex Arthur was crushed in an epic last week, beaten by the underdog Michael Gomez, who fought the fight of his life. And now Craig Docherty has got to keep out this African, who can obviously punch and is tricky and awkward. But can he last? We don't know.
Well, he has to be careful of Jabir's right hand. That is the danger punch from Jabir, and Docherty's carrying that left hand worryingly low. He needs to pick that left hand up, start rolling and creating openings for himself. Jabir looking dangerous with that right hand.
Word from the corner, Benny King is confident that the cut is not a problem, that he can control it. Docherty's just got to get on with his boxing. He was an excellent amateur, and he's done everything right in his career, bar the blip against Gomez. Just got to believe that if he can weather the storm, he has the tools to get this one done. Height and reach advantages to Jabir, but he can be caught himself. Docherty, not a big puncher, likes to work the body, and that may be key.
Some heavy-looking right hands going in again from Jabir. But Docherty doing the right thing here, keeping nice and tight. The blood again flowing in that eye, though.
Yes, he dabs it, Spencer, just as you said that, causing him grief. That's a good combination. One thing Craig Docherty is sensible. He will know that he's got to tuck up now.
This is better work from Docherty now, getting off with those left hooks. Jabir leaving himself wide open.
It's a gangly, unorthodox style, even though he's got an orthodox stance, the African. Michael Brodie was telling me that even when he was hurt in their sparring sessions, he just hit his gloves together and came back like he hadn't been hurt at all. He said he thought he was made of concrete.
A very good assessment there from Michael Brodie. But another good round there for Jabir.
Don't fucking rub it. Don't touch your eye. How you feel? Don't rub your eye.
Yeah. Can you just get, when they cut off, can you just give Martin just a second, just a tiny bit, before you bang the camera?
Can you feel up my fault. Like that.
Don't touch your eye. My eyeball there. I know it is.
Welcome back to the Bellahouston Leisure Centre. Tough night's work for hot property Craig Docherty.
There we can see the heads going dangerously close together again. Docherty coming off the worst of the two, and that eye really bleeding heavily.
Third round. It's the blue and silver colours of the champion from just round the corner in Bellahouston. Mum Sandra in the audience, raised by her and his grandmother, Craig Docherty. Up against this, Abdul Malik Jabir, who's a year younger and less experienced, but he looks like he can really fight.
Again going to work with the right hand, Jabir. And Docherty's eye already opened up and bleeding again.
And maybe another cut actually just underneath the first one on the cheek. There's also a cloth with blood on it just in the corner, which has been left there. Really damaged already, Docherty, and there's a long, long way to go. Oh, look at him, come on, Jabir. But that's better from Docherty.
Yeah, that eye certainly seems to have worsened there. Bleeding really heavily now. Good left hooks from Docherty, doesn't seem to have phased him at all.
Jabir hoping to emulate friend James Armour, the Bookham Fire, who came over and beat Charles Shepherd for this title.
As I said, I've been over to Bookham, and believe me, all those fighters that we see, anytime you hear a fighter coming from Bookham in a cry, you know you're in for a tough night, as proven here for Craig Docherty.
Yes, they spar on the pavements and they train at night by candlelight. It's a hard way of life, and look at that eye now of Craig Docherty. That is an absolutely terrible mess, and he has to take a left hook as well on the chin. And I wonder if Ian John Lewis is going to have a look at that eye. It looks horrible to me.
Yeah, surely Ian John Lewis has got to take a look at that too. Bleeding so badly, blood flowing into the eye, affecting the vision. And this is worrying times here for Docherty.
Ian John Lewis is going to have a look at it. That's the right decision. It's bleeding furiously and feverishly. Tommy Gilmore's in there. Benny King wants to work on it.
He'll look at it. He can control it. He can control it. He'll control it.
Let's go. Benny King says he can control it. Promoter Tommy Gilmore, desperate obviously for his man to get through this. Was that the right decision from Ian John Lewis?
Well, maybe influenced a little bit there by Tommy Gilmore, because I tell you, that is one bad cut. And surely he's not going to be able to see the 12th and final round with a cut like that. Benny King's got his work cut out in the corner. And Jabir piling on the pressure again here.
Jabir looks like he will not be denied, and he will be given so much confidence from the fact that the eye is so bad. Look at that. That's deep, very deep.
Well, that is one horrible cut, and possibly the worst place that a boxer could suffer from a cut, right across the eyelid there. That really is deep as well. Surely that won't be able to continue too much longer.
As soon as he steps back, you attack. Can you hear me? You attack when he steps back.
Stop, I'm all right.
No, you're not you're all right. Come on.
You attack when he steps back, says Benny King. There's Ian John Lewis, who believes the fight can carry on. Tommy Gilmore still concerned as Craig Docherty comes out for what may be another torrid round. The blood all over his shorts already. Now Mick Williamson kept Ricky Hatton in his fight against Vince Phillips and against Jonathan Thaxton when he was cut in the first round. Managed to get through the 12. Can Benny King get Craig Docherty through this?
Well, Docherty must pick that left hand up, leave himself open to those long right hands from Jabir. Got to keep himself tight now, but getting caught by right hand again.
Oh, he's getting beaten up now, and the African corner are imploring their man to come in. Tommy Gilmore's on his feet. What another good fight here in Scotland.
Well, Jabir really going for it there, opening up with a cluster of punches. But Docherty, good signs here that he's coming back so strong and getting through some good punches of his own.
Wonderful right hand from Craig Docherty and a left hook. And now Jabir's hurt. Oh, we have another titanic struggle here north of the border.
Jabir in serious trouble in the corner there. Docherty getting through some solid shots.
He has been stopped once before, Jabir, in the first round of his professional debut, and suddenly looks very, very tired as Docherty comes on strong.
Well, what a turnaround here from Docherty, putting everything into this. Jabir pinned in the corner and looking desperately tired in there.
Toe to toe, cracking fourth round, just like we had in Edinburgh last weekend. And Jabir just throws a look out at his corner as he takes another on the chin.
Big left hook only from Docherty to seem to buckle the legs of Jabir again.
Sizzling heat inside the ring here at Bellahouston. Can Jabir get out of the corner? He's going to need to. His punches do not look like they have the effect that they did earlier on. How about his legs? I notice his legs are very thin.
I think his legs have betrayed him in there because he's had opportunities to get out of that corner but hasn't moved. Just stayed pinned in the corner. Docherty just piling on the pressure, but here Jabir could get out of the corner here, he could move away. It just seems content and staying in the corner.
Oh, a couple again, flush on Jabir's chin. He looks so open defensively.
I think the legs have totally betrayed him here, Jabir.
Let's have a look at how he walks to the corner. He raises his hands. Docherty shouts to the crowd. 1 or 3 minutes there, tucked up in that neutral corner as Benny King works the eye again. But that will give the Scottish champion so much belief, surely, as Mum Sandra cannot bear to watch this. Oh, you've got to feel for her.
Well, what a contest we've got here. And Docherty by far having his best round. Here we see some of the work. The good left hook went in there from Docherty. Jabir seemed momentarily stunned, but then it was just a flurry of punches that just seemed to take everything out of Jabir.
10 seconds.
How will Malik Jabir respond to what was a torrid fourth for him, trapped in the corner? Is he fresh enough? The worries about stamina, will they come into play? And has Docherty got over the worst now? Good use of the jab.
Reports from London were that Jabir would be dangerous for the first half of the contest, and then we'd see him tire out. He seemed to be tired in that last round, and the snap doesn't seem to be there at the start of the 5th round here.
As the blood flows again from the left eye, cut, but a good body shot from Docherty just makes Jabir wince ever so slightly. He's an open target, the African, as well as being wild and woolly.
Yeah, he's tall and rangy, but not much defence coming back from Jabir. And the snap does seem to have gone out of those punches. Docherty growing in confidence, coming forward, winging in those hooks to body and head. This is good signs here for Craig Docherty.
Docherty, who's trained for 7 weeks, run in the mornings, gym work at night. This will be a test of Malik Jabir's fitness and endurance on those hard streets of Accra, but he's taking too many himself, Jabir, and Docherty is winning control of this Commonwealth super featherweight title fight.
Yeah, Docherty taking over here. He's just got to keep the press and hold on now. Working well to the body and head. And Jabir looks spent at the moment.
Carefully picked right hand to the body and the left from Docherty. Got to watch those uppercuts as they wheeled in from Jabir, who when he's hurt still looks to have power. But now he's backed up in the other neutral corner.
Yeah, and he seems quite content on staying there, Jabir. Docherty's got his head on his chest, working that body, working that head.
It's a very composed performance so far from Craig Docherty. He might be down on the cards, but his punches are having far more of an effect. Who will last? Surely something has got to give. This was the round that Arthur crumbled last weekend. And at the moment, the two of these are still going at each other and not giving an inch.
Well, Docherty looking the stronger of the two in there at the moment. Jabir looking in desperate trouble in the corner.
Roll, after you punch, roll. Punch, roll, after you punch, roll. Come on, this punch, roll. Fucking shatter.
Some of the good work here from Docherty. Getting through with the lovely straight right hand.
look at Tommy Gilmore. He's been on his feet for almost the entire fight. For 3 weeks in a row, we have had something pretty special. Brody Chi at the MEN. Arthur Gomez in Meadowbank, Edinburgh last weekend. What next? In this little sizzler, which at his own level for the Commonwealth Super Featherweight title is intriguing, interesting, and well, they're fighting their hearts out, the pair of them, again. Credit to boxing at the moment, Spencer.
Yeah, we've seen some classic fights over the last couple of weeks, and we're seeing another mini classic here.
Right hand from Docherty, but that just spurred Jabir on. It's his 19th fight, the Scotsman, and the 12th for Malik Jabir, but it is already looking the hardest night's work in both of their careers. Is it Docherty's accuracy and better use of shots that is giving him the edge now?
Well, what Docherty done so well was at the beginning of the opening round, kept himself nice and composed, didn't do anything stupid, didn't try and gamble, kept himself nice and tucked up. And Jabir seems to have blown himself out a little bit, and Docherty now coming on strong.
Destroyed by Michael Gomez in 2. He said he learned the lesson that night of not listening to people and not carrying out the plan. Well, this is evidence that he's as good as his word, because he has not got embroiled toe-to-toe unless he's felt he's on top.
Yeah, good mature performance here from Docherty, but that eye bleeding heavily again, and Jabir still letting go with those right hands.
How much has been taken out of the Bookham snake? Both look like they've been through 10 or 11 rounds already, and we're only in the 6th.
Yeah, well, they didn't hang about from the opening bell. Jabir come out firing, really loading up with that right hand. Now Docherty coming back so well. This really is turning into a mini classic here. And the big question mark, what happens next?
That's what we didn't know in the last 2 weekends. What happens next? That's what makes this sport so very, very exciting and fascinating for the crowds. Got his boxing together, Docherty. He's doing the better work. And the crowd are rallying. They want a Scottish victory. They need a Scottish victory. Will they get it?
Give me that water. Where's the water?
Pressure on, son. Don't let that rest this one. Give him plenty of water. Give him a good fucking drink. Plenty of water, son, okay? Okay. Oh, yeah, I'll tell you when. Right, son.
18 minutes of mini mayhem completed. And let's have a look at the statistics. Well, it says that Jabir has thrown more, but the quality and the success almost double for Docherty. It's pretty level on the card, isn't it?
Well, it's certainly level on my card. Jabir starting so well for the first 3 rounds, but Docherty coming back so well. And I've got it all to play for here.
Second half, Commonwealth Super Featherweight title, 9 stone 4 on the line. That is how Spencer has it. All level at this point. Ian John Lewis, the referee, scores. Remember, it's the Ghanaian colours of the man from Bookham in the suburbs of Accra on the west coast of Africa. The boxing hotbed of Ghana against the man from just round the corner here, Craig Docherty. Quiet, personable, and fighting for his very future. He's got a real chance, a real opportunity, as the Scottish Stars have been beaten of late, and he wants to take that.
Well, the good thing is, Adam, that Docherty is now looking nice and solid in there. Jabir's the one that's looking a little bit flustered. Benny King doing a good job on that eye.
That right hand, though, from Jabir came out of nowhere. Tommy Gilmore had expected weird angles and punches from the African, and that's what we've seen. It's a strange performance, really, from Malik Jabir. An eccentric outside the ring, Howard Eastman-esque in his appearance. What we don't know is what he's like down the stretch. He has been 12 rounds before, but under this pressure and this quality from Docherty.
Well, Docherty really slipping into his rhythm nicely now. Just slowly and systematically breaking down Jabir. But the big question mark, will that high hold out? It's bleeding again quite heavily.
The eye that was slashed in the first round. Benny King has kept Craig Docherty in this fight. Still the odd success with the right from Jabir, but more from Docherty. Body shots. And this is the area of the fight that Craig Docherty got to Dean Pithie. Started wearing him down with body shots before taking him out.
Well, this is good work from both guys here. Jabir working well off the ropes as well. Docherty got to be careful. He's loading up the shots, but Jabir does look dangerous as well. And a good round there. Good finish to the round from Docherty.
Come. All the time. Try. Come.
You're letting them rest too much. You're following them round. Why do you step that way? You're cutting off. Don't follow them round the fucking ring.
Hang them.
You're getting them all the rest he fucking needs.
Cut them off the ring and get pressure on him. Hang them.
Come on. Head up front.
One front.
Welcome back, Craig Docherty. Just starting to edge his way ahead, but there's plenty left. Can Jabir come on again?
Here we see some of the good work from both guys in that round, really trading blow for blow.
Benny King really giving Docherty a slap, pushing him in for action. This the round that he won the Commonwealth 9 stone 4 bout down at Bethnal Green in London with a wonderful performance over Dean Pithie. Used to train Pithie, Spencer, and Docherty was great that night, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, because Pithie really was on a high. Boxing well, Pithie, before that contest. But just didn't seem to have it on the night, and Docherty took his chance with both hands.
Every so often, Malik Jabir puts a combination together that shows he's still got the ability to turn this around. Cuffing head punches from Jabir. Docherty with the centre of the ring now. That's vital for him.
With the eye again bleeding so heavily. And Jabir still loading up with that right hand. Docherty must work on getting that left side tight.
Snaps out the jab, the excellent amateur from Bellahouston, 125 and 34. And he's won 16 of his 18 in a pro ring. This is a good quality operator, Craig Docherty. He has not panicked. He's stuck to the job. He's got to be careful all the way through this. So far, he has been. Open to the right hand again, Jabir, isn't he?
Yeah, Docherty's looking the more solid of the two now. Mixing the shots up well, keeping them together nice and tight. Jabir starting to look a little bit ragged in there now.
Ragged, but rough. He's a replacement, really, Jabir. Eric Udamasi was meant to fight Docherty. They knew both of the Africans would be dangerous. Still don't quite know if Jabir's got enough in the tank to put a real mark on Docherty, because he's losing these middle rounds.
Well, this is what remains to be seen, what Jabir's got left, but getting through with a nice right hand again there. Little reminder to Docherty.
He does that every minute or two, doesn't he? Little cluster.
Yeah, just to let Docherty know he's still in this contest.
Let's get into the corner.
Craig, you've got to follow your punches in, son. Follow them in.
Follow your lungs. Follow your lungs. Big breath. Follow your lungs. Follow them up.
You've got to follow the shot, and you hit him a good shot and looking at him. You hit him a good shot,
Follow
fucking
it.
and again, follow it and nice and tight, roll it.
They want him to follow up there, Benny King, but look at that eye.
Yeah, the eye really bleeding badly. Docherty can do nothing in there with those long slashing right hands. He must work on picking that left hand up, because that eye is a real mess. Look at the state of that.
Jabir has the water thrown upon him, and Docherty has the Vaseline on the eye. He was saved really in the third round. The discussion between Tommy Gilmore, Ian John Lewis and Benny King, they have kept him in the fight. The champion. What can Malik Jabir do now to disrupt the rhythm? Well, he's going for these big shots with his huge reach.
They really are the danger punches, those big looping right hands, slashing right hands. That's why I say Docherty must start moving that head more, keeping that left hand up.
Tommy Gilmore's got good publicity for Craig Docherty on the back of Alex Arthur's defeat. Docherty, who sparred with Arthur before that. It's a really good chance for him if he can come through this. Again, he dabs at that left eye. He says something to Jabir in there. I'm okay, I'm all right. I can handle this, I think.
Yeah, he seems really up for it in there now, Docherty. Jabir, the man on the run, boxing on the retreat. Docherty looking the stronger of the two in there at the moment, but that eye, still a worry.
Tommy Gilmore again on his feet. Oh, lovely right hand, picked beautifully by Craig Docherty. The Bookham Snake, not so much slippery, but he is gangly, and my word, he comes from very peculiar angles. Oh, but Docherty now working the body of Jabir.
Yeah, Jabir just seemed to get his arm tied up in the rope there as he was letting one of those shots go. But Docherty again with the right hand there, getting through, and Jabir seemed on unsteady legs in there.
Or rocked back by the jab. Right eye puffed up as well of Abdul Malik Jabir. This is Craig Docherty's best round. This is where he's coming on strong. This is where his heart and desire and boxing are getting him through. And he's backed Jabir up in his own corner.
Yeah, nice boxing from Docherty, keeping himself nice and compact, working so well, and another good round there for Docherty.
Well, everybody wants to know what's happening. Pat Clinton, Ian McLeod with Craig.
Well, Pat, despite that terrible cut, Craig Docherty really boxing the fight of his life here.
He's boxing brilliant actually, because I've got him ahead by 8 rounds to 1. He's doing very, very well. Even though he's hindered with a cut in his eye, he's boxing beautifully behind the jab. I would like to see him getting more into the corners and keeping him there and putting the pressure on him.
Ian, that cut, is it still a concern? At least it hasn't swollen up.
Yeah, it's still a concern, but he's coping really well under the pressure. He's nice and composed. Really professional, business-like performance he's putting in there tonight, and he's well in front at this stage.
And if anything, it seems that Jabir is the one that's wilting.
Yes, he is. He's still throwing lots of leather, but he's pretty wild, and a good defence from Craig.
Thanks, guys.
Ian McLeod, former holder of this title. Pat Clinton, of course, a WBO flyweight king about a decade ago. Great that they're with us. What drama left in the last 3 rounds. Craig Docherty in a handy lead now, but while Malik Jabir is still involved, Docherty must be oh so careful. Let's have a look at Spencer's card. Pat Clinton had it 8-1. You've got it a lot closer.
Yeah, I had Jabir winning the first 3 rounds quite comfortably, and then from there on in, it's been all Craig Docherty.
Snapping out the right hand as well, looking for knockout number 8, Malik Jabir. May not have the intensity and quality that last week's British super featherweight title fight had, but it's another good one, another good watch. And still, we don't know the outcome. I think we're feeling towards it now, but we don't know for sure.
Yeah, Docherty seems the more compact of the two at this stage. Seems to be systematically breaking Jabir down, but Jabir's still dangerous. But Docherty getting for a lovely right hand there.
The right hand has given Jabir problems because his left glove has been so low. And a left hook over the top. Ian John Lewis has watched the heads again. Volume and quality from Docherty for me.
Yeah, Docherty boxing now with real intensity, putting the shots together so well, to body and head, nice and compact. I'm glad to see he kept his composure. A real professional performance this by Docherty.
Because it is a nasty, nasty cut. Blood leaking from it. It was actually spilled to our notes at ringside. And Docherty has kept his patience and his head, and he's thought about this, and he's winning this. Oh, peach of a right hand, just bounces off Jabir. Bit of tape loose on the left glove of Jabir, and John Lewis spots that. Tommy Gilmore complaining about the free use of Jabir's head as the atmosphere here really picks up as we get to the final stages of this good little Commonwealth 9-stone 4 fight. Lovely right hand. He's done that 3 or 4 times this round.
Yeah, the head movement's gone from Jabir here. Docherty getting success with that right hand. Look where the left hand is of Jabir, right down by his waist, and Docherty now taking over.
He's bundled down, but he looks fairly exhausted now, Jabir. He's been a sitting duck to those right hands. And Docherty is moving towards a successful first defence.
You're looking fucking good at that.
Okay.
John McDermott, Benny King, less words now. They're pleased with that man.
Yeah, and so they should be there. We see the lovely right hands going to work in the round from Docherty. Straight down the middle, no defence from Jabir. Good solid performance now from Docherty in taking over. Kept to his game plan. And all seems to be coming together quite nicely.
Tommy Gilmore wiping his brow and drinking water at ringside. I think he thinks he's been in there as well.
Well, I think he certainly feels like he was. We see him in the earlier rounds, really up at the ringside, desperately wanting this fight to be continued.
He's very fond of Craig Docherty on a personal level, Tommy Gilmore. Feels he's done everything the right way. 6 minutes left. Can Malik Jabir find anything left in the arsenal, in the tank, that he's trained for on the streets of Bookham to upset the apple cart yet again here in Scotland and come on strong? He will try. Oh, Docherty slips, and Jabir puts a right hand in. When Docherty was down, he immediately put his glove out to apologise, but he is fortunate not to get a ticking off there.
Yeah, he's very fortunate not to get a point deducted there. Docherty was clearly on the floor. Ref just about to jump in. And look at the eye again now.
More blood streaming from the centre part of the eye. It's a real mess for Craig Docherty, but he won't mind so long as he can get through this and retain his belt.
Yeah, I feel very fortunate to get through these 12 rounds, because let me tell you, that cut is awful, and I think it has just worsened as well. The blood flowing freely into the eye.
Bit more concern in the African corner now. I think they realise this is slipping away. Their man probably needs a knockout.
Certainly on my card, Docherty comfortably ahead, but a massive right hand there. Docherty felt the weight of that one. Just see the legs stiffen there.
He took it, but that is the warning sign that as long as this tough African is standing, there is a danger that it could all go wrong. He has to be as clever now, Docherty, as he's been since coming back from the cut in the first round.
Yeah, he doesn't want to take any chances now. Comfortably ahead, Docherty. Just keep nice and tight. Keep that left hand up.
Hard around this for Docherty. Good few punches landing from Malik Jabir. Again, he damns the eye. Again, Jabir throws almost from his boots some of these shots.
Yeah, really looping those right hands over. Jabir just trying to box on the outside here, trying to lure Docherty in, trying to put him into one of those big right hands.
Good one from Docherty just before the bell. And Jabir's got his hands up in the other corner. But he's going to need a knockout. On your card, definitely.
Certainly on my card, he had a good round there, Jabir. But hadn't won a round really from me from the third round. If we look at the total punches landed there, Docherty 287 to Jabir's 162.
Let's have a look. 12 rounds, scheduled twice for Docherty, 4 times for Jabir, and completed never for Docherty, furthest he's ever been. Jabir has been through them before at a super bantamweight and bantamweight level, but this is up at super featherweight, and it's been very, very hard for both fighters.
Oh, it has been a real tough, grueling contest in there.
have shown a great deal of guts and spirit and intensity. Docherty needs to keep his gloves high, keep that jab pumping, and not do anything silly. Malik Jabir has to go for broke.
Yeah, Docherty got to be careful here. Can't afford to take any chances. Jabir so dangerous with that right hand.
Docherty, the only Scottish champion at the moment, aiming to hang on to that belt and cash in, as he said earlier, on the misfortune of Arthur and Harrison. Remember, Harrison has got the rematch against Manuel Nadina at the end of the month. 29th, don't miss that one. And like Ricky Hatton was cut in his British title fight against John Thaxton and in his big test against Vince Phillips inside the first round, Docherty as well, and he's made it through to the end. Who'd have thought that?
No one would have thought that. If you see the cut in the first round, has gradually got worse. Benny King doing a good job in the corner. Benny King, of course, one of the best cups men in the country at the moment.
Craig Docherty will be buying Benny King a large Jack Daniels after this. But still, Jabir throws and tries. He's probably done everything he knows as well. He's been hard and tough, but he's been too easy to hit. And maybe a touch inexperienced. It's Docherty's better makeup, his better punch variety, that have seen him not cruise, but win through these 12 rounds. Of course, the decision does remain with Ian John Lewis. We've seen one or two controversial ones in recent times, but the feeling very much around ringside is that Craig Docherty has boxed a very, very polished performance.
This is good from Docherty here in the 12th final round, really trying to pile the pressure on, trying to catch the referee's eye for this final round. No doubt in my mind, Docherty's done enough to win this one. Good performance, quality little fight.
He's closed the show well, Craig Docherty. And it's a happy night north of the border. Docherty retains his Commonwealth Super Featherweight title. And look how pleased Tommy Gilmore and his mum, smiling at ringside Sandra. It's a fabulous night for Craig Docherty and for Scottish boxing on the Halloween weekend. There is no more nightmares for the Scottish fight fans. They can enjoy this. Tommy Gilmore looks exhausted as well as this man, Malik Jabir, and take your hat off to him as well, Spencer.
Oh, Jabir really did put in a tremendous performance, and so did Tommy Gilmore.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 sensational rounds of boxing, referee Ian John Lewis has scored this contest. For Jabir, 113 points. For Docherty, 117 points. Your winner, and still the Commonwealth Super Featherweight champion from the beautiful city of Glasgow, Scotland, is Hot Property, Craig Docherty.
He wins it 7-3 by 4 rounds. Great night for Craig Docherty and family.
Abdul Malik Jabir. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to present the Commonwealth belt, we call upon our sponsors from Holiday Inn West City, Glasgow, and the Holiday Inn Airport, Mr. Tom Graham, and the supervisor from the British Boxing Board of Control, Mr. Bernard Connolly.
Sit down there. Sit down. Put your foot down here.
All these pressing on them.
Sit there.
Okay. Right.
Craig, a true Braveheart performance. You just weren't going to let that title go, were you?
No chance. I got a bit disheartened in the first round. I wouldn't say disheartened, but it affected me, the cut. I couldn't see it with my eye. I should have getting caught with stupid shots. I wasn't seeing the angles properly. But I could have boxed much better, and I wish I'd put on a wee bit of better show for yous. But, you know, I'm glad to have kept the belt, you know, with convincing points when I felt I was ahead all the time.
Did you think at any point you were close to being pulled out? How difficult was it to box with that cut?
I couldn't see it at all. I just couldn't see the rights coming. Even the jab sometimes, you know, I'm side on. But, you know, I just wasn't letting it go, and I'm well chuffed that I'm still the champ and here to make more bread.
Just very briefly, Tommy, I think he's deserved a big payday. Can you secure him that European title fight you were talking about?
Absolutely, there is no doubt about it. We'll make a real effort to get it here by about Easter time. I mean, I was so proud of him tonight, you know. Two of my ex-champions, Pat Clinton and Ian McLeod are there. And we've had a lot of great nights, but...
Well, I think you need his juice, Stitches. Well done tonight.
Thanks very much, cheers.
One in back in and get your picture.
Well done, John. Well done, Craig.
Back in the ring.
Brilliant, wee man. Brilliant. Well done, Craig.
Boys, let me take the belt off the plate. There you go. That's lovely. Try and hold it in your thumbs.
Yes, Craigie boy.
Okay, did you get one of the two of them? All right, thanks a lot. John, you're going to take one with John and
Carriage.
I'll just check.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's still two more contests coming for you. Two more contests for this evening's boxing. Please stay in your seats. There's two more contests.
Sorry, John. 1, 2, 3, go ahead. The count, John.
What's that? There's a bit there, Davey.
Scotland and yourself proud.
Thanks very much, Brian.
Brilliant, absolutely.
I'd have done better.
No, but hey, come back.
That's it, really.
Brilliant.
Oh, yes.
Yes. How are you, pal? Thanks very much.
All right, mate. Good show, son.
Good fight.
You okay? I think you done some surprise, Arlene.
I want this glove off.
Right, son, I'll get scissors and clean up. Even in there, eh?
Give me that. Give me that. Give me that for me. Yes, mate. For you.
Archie.
Right, Lima. Okay. Thanks, sir. Okay.
See you later, Brian.
See you later,
Was that the boxing? I don't think you were still boxing, you just came back, aye? You don't care, then you know. Good pro this boy.
Can't hear you.
It's a good pro this boy.
Go ahead.
Aye.
Tommy, have you?
Right.
Fed up with me?
Every time it comes to the gym, it rattles my jaw with an uppercut and it hurts me in that ear. That's why
Not a good side anymore.
I don't like sparring with him because
Hey, you've heard better now, didn't you? See that? First thing you need to...
Alright, Dixon.
Brilliant. Alright, Doug Green.
Cheers. Brilliant. Cheers, Craigie. Thought I was for it in that first round when that cut happened. First punch you threw, he got me.
I'm going to send you my cleaning bill.
Yeah.
I'll send you all my wash and you might see this.
Yeah, what did you do? You had 12 rounds with a cut and you had first 2 hard rounds. You just showed a lot there.
Thank you.
You only have lost paper.
Thanks very much.
Total respect to you.
Cheers.
Yeah, but sure, you're on par.
Alright, Hugh. That's my sponsor, Hugh McBean. He's a wonderful guy, so he is.
You're the man.
Thanks very much, Hugh. Couldn't have done it without you. Cheers.
Do yourself.
Thanks very much. Been contracts. If I had a joke done right, he's the man you phone.
Hey, put him in the bag, I'll put him in the bag.
Aye. Told you. Sleep tonight. Tucker's fucking 100%. Sleep tonight. I know myself. What's up, away? Come on,
Just need a bang. I'm going to give people a 5 in the airport. Might go end up